Okay, so this is a little video about our backpacking trip to the Tetons, July 2013. Tetons?
Tetons.
Look it up.
Look it up. It's French for something.
So we showed up there at the Moose Lodge, and they gave us these nice 3-pound massive bear containers that they said we were going to have to carry throughout the whole thing. That kind of sucked.
Yeah, they sucked.
Sucked a lot. Stayed the first night in Jackson Hole.
In the Snow King.
Nice place.
Cool place.
Cheap.
Ski resorts. And there's the only bear we saw.
The whole trip.
Time.
We were all excited about bear. And then we had some good stuff.
We needed 2 cans of bear spray, apparently.
Everybody was warning us. Yeah. So, day 1 we started Granite Canyon. Here's a little bit overview of the hike. You can see it was kind of a big U shape that we went all around through the back. Started at Granite Canyon, went all up and through that paintbrush. So, first day, we're going to hike about that 7 miles there, up to about 8,900 feet from the 6,000 something that we started out at. You see we start down there
On the south end. And, yeah, sure, I think we started at 6,800 feet. Oh, and we had to drop our truck off and have a lady pick it up. And she moved our truck to our exit point.
Worked out really well.
Crossed our fingers that we still had a truck, and we're done.
There's a couple of yahoos.
Yeah, so that's the beginning.
You
We're still smiling.
Yeah, you can see that it's in the background. The start of the morning is real kind of foggy and everything as we get going. And
nothing real major on the first day. Well, it was cool. I mean, lots of cool water. Blue, just clear water.
Gorgeous. Yeah, you'll see we like taking pictures of stuff. There's a lot of pictures.
I got some pictures of stuff. Water. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of water. It's funny, you'll see through the video as we change what we are taking pictures of, the big outdoors and water, and then all of a sudden becomes more and more flowers and everything else.
There's a bridge on every corner.
Yeah, just about. There's me taking a picture, and there's the actual picture.
Cool spot there.
Yeah. A lot of really blue water. The water was so clear through all of that. Dave, you said that one, you kind of thought like Washington.
Yeah, like Washington.
That was so green. That was really cool.
Lots of moss.
And then we ran into this cow and her calf.
It wasn't a bison.
It was not.
It was not. It was an actual moose.
It was an actual moose. Then we ran into this cool shed.
It was a snow patrol cabin or something. A patrol cabin.
Trail crew. Yeah, of course we had to take pictures.
Thinking. Pondering our thoughts.
And that's a pretty cool little natural arch. We ran into a ranger, and he said that sometimes during the winter, folks come up and ski between that, which would be pretty cool to see. A little waterfall.
That was across from our camp.
Yep.
Night 1.
Yeah.
Hanging off the edge. Living on the edge.
Casey, don't jump. Just gorgeous land. It was just beautiful out there. And there you'll see one of the 1.5 million videos that we have, or pictures we have of the tent.
I like my tent, what can I say? Oh, and this was the deer that came up and crossed the river. Just needed, we thought water. I thought water at least, but she was just chowing.
We got the music. You can't hear it. We kind of got it blocked out, but you got a big pig bog playing in the background, or no, iron log. It was playing in the background. It didn't scare her one bit. She just looked at us and like, well, I'm hungry.
Yeah, she got fairly close.
Came up and then just started to chow down on that stuff. That was about it.
I think I was eating.
Yeah, I think we're just about.
It's almost done. It was kind of a long day for us. I think we got there at noon and sat there till, well, we had 9-10 hours of nothing because there was no fishing, no campfires.
Which is too bad,
Yeah,
too bad. That kind of makes a neat trip. The campfire and all that. So we got a couple pictures of her too. You can see her a little bit closer up there. And then come the flower pictures, because again, we had a long day.
Columbine.
So what are we going to take pictures of? So we found these neat ones. These kind of have a little bit of blue behind them, which were kind of neat.
Yeah, don't ask the names. We don't know.
Yeah,
they're called flowers.
We don't research it that much, but we think they're pretty. That's a paintbrush.
That is paintbrush.
You know that. And again,
Okay.
10th picture. You can't quite see it, but there's actually a couple of pink little lights in there on that one. So this is day 2.
We skipped a section. You'll see in this video. It's kind of funny.
We were going to stop right there in about another 7-8 miles.
Voila.
And no, we went 14 miles. I blame Dave for that.
Yes, it was all my fault, but it sure felt nice when we were done.
It was great. Yeah, actually, kind of looking at it, you'll see as we hike along this, and we were going to go along that Death Canyon shelf.
And stop right there.
It was not. We got there at like 10:30 in the morning, so we were way fast anyway, and there would have been nothing much to do.
So yeah, the next morning I woke up to go get our bear carriers to get breakfast, and these 2 moose were sort of hanging out over the hill. Kind of scared me a bit. You'll see my face apparently in this lovely video.
But yeah, a couple of really nice bull moose here. They're just, you can still, they still have a lot of felt. And they've probably still got some growth going. The guy on the left, he's hard to see, but he was a much bigger moose. But he quickly kind of disappeared.
I just saw Casey nude apparently.
Something bad. Yeah, here's a couple of pictures of them. A little closer up and zoomed in.
They're a little more friendly when they have that felt on their antlers.
Yeah, they didn't hardly. They just kind of ignored us. That's a good one. I like that picture.
Oh, big boy. I don't like that picture.
I thought Dave was going to hate that picture. So we started the hike, and it was pretty steep right off. I know we heated up real quick, and then it wasn't bad for a while as we got up here to Marion Lake. It's a really pretty little lake. They only let 2 or 3 campers on the lake at any point in time, so that's why they didn't let us go up to there that first night. And then it was pretty level for a bit here.
And that's the Grand in the middle of the picture.
Yeah. And then a nice big drift of snow right in the middle of nowhere. It was a lot of snow. You can't quite tell from the picture, but there's a lot there. Little hiker there along the path. And now you're starting to see the part of the Death Canyon. We're up on the shelf there, and you're looking over across, and there's another route you can go down inside of that canyon and kind of go from there. This was one of the other hops that we did to actually get up into that shelf. With flowers.
We did see what?
That's our turtle. That is a turtle. We saw that. We kind of thought it was like a Mario.
Evil turtle.
Yeah, the Bowser, right?
Yeah.
Then you see it from here. It doesn't quite look the same, but...
And we did get some, I think this day we saw a set of bear tracks. That was the only day we saw any evidence of bear.
Yeah.
It was in the mud.
I know after all of the build-up that everybody gave us with the bear canisters, and the lady in town said, you need to have 2 cans of spray each. And we saw nothing the whole trip, which was too bad. There's another one of the million pictures of Dave behind Casey, waiting for him to move forward.
And tons of marmots. I think they owned the place.
Yeah, they're like just everywhere. But boy, that other side, that was really neat looking. I love the way that the far side of that Death Canyon looked. You kind of reminded me of a golf course on the other side. A couple places here kind of
really green.
Yeah. So here's where we moved from where we're supposed to.
Yeah, we just kept going. We dropped downhill, and then we started climbing, which
so we got down to that's Alaska Basin there, which you'll see.
And then this started climbing. You'll kind of see that going up after this
little sunset lake.
Sunset Lake.
Yeah. Kind of a neat place. That Alaska Basin. We only took the one picture of it, and I don't know why we didn't get too many besides these few on the way. But it would almost look like this big granite countertop. It was just huge, this whole area. I think it's a picture. Yeah, this one right here. Hard to tell from the photo, but it just looked like this huge flat area of rock. And that was one of the few times we actually had to ford and take all of our shoes and everything off to cross the river.
Yeah, did we do that twice or just once?
I'm thinking twice, but I don't remember the other one. Okay, and this is where we climbed up. We climbed up that one piece that we got. We were like, "Geez, where do we even end up?" We couldn't even see the trail.
All right.
Neat little waterfall up there.
There's that lake, right?
Yeah, that Sunset Lake is right there as we came over. A couple of wide-angle shots. I know these ones were yours, Dave.
Stopped for lunch, then we headed up.
After I spilled all of my stuff, remember that? Crackers fell apart.
The wind came up.
Wind blew things. Yeah, that pissed me off. But right here, this was pretty fun. We go up here to Hurricane Pass and down in, and you'll see some pictures. But that was some really neat-looking stuff up there near Hurricane Pass. There was, as we got towards that southern part of Cascade Springs.
This is the very top of Alaska Basin into going down to the pass.
Right. Right, and this part here was somewhere around. We hit the 10,000 feet. It wasn't quite the. What did we end up with? 10,700 on the other spot, and this one was only around 10,000.
Yeah,
gorgeous. So you really got a good view of the Tetons and some neat flowers.
Yeah, it was 10,000 feet, but that was the end of the day when we're at mile 14.
Yeah, and right here, it was the first place. Dave just slid. But as he tried to do a backflip down the back after, like he did on Tip the other day, I was like, well, all right, well, I'll try. So I used my ice axe on that. It wasn't very bad. This was a pretty easy one to get down.
Yeah, we slid down pretty good.
But that whole thing right there that we just showed, it was pretty quick. But that was really neat. I don't even know how they built that up to support that water and cover all that glacial water that comes in there. This was the way down to our second camp. We're just about there. In fact, I think we're at the camp here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is it. We got booted out of our first spot. Apparently someone wanted it. We were just getting comfy, and then we moved. But anyway, this ended up being a good spot.
Yeah, I think this probably ended up being a better spot.
Yeah, we had a nice view right there. That was the spot.
In fact, this is where you ended up with one of your favorite pictures of the whole thing.
The whole trip.
Night. Boy, it's really cool. It's coming up here in a sec. You'll see the red. It's just the way the sun was going down. The whole mountain kind of turned this neat red color. Right here, yeah. A couple of those. I got a bigger one there too. Pretty much the same time frame. Really neat. There were more tent pictures. Black diamond tent. This is why I was playing with my camera in the night shot. So it turned out pretty good. We got a couple more of those coming.
So this is day 3. Just headed down about 10 miles up and down.
So that was more down, all the way down to the bottom of that. That's the exit. You can go down to Jenny Lake, and then you climb back up here to that Lake Solstice. Is that what it is, or
Solitude?
Yeah, Lake Solitude. It was a long down and then a lot of up, and tons of rock. Those rock staircases on the way up.
Yeah, it was like the grand staircase attempt. Just rock, and there was no dirt on the trail at all.
Yeah, it was a lot of rock and a lot of rock steps that they'd kind of formed.
Oh yeah, that says we went up.
Yeah, we were going down. Yeah, we were on our way down. Pretty cool. And I really like this next flower picture that you took with your phone. That close-up turned out awesome.
Yeah. Again, don't know what they're called. They're flowers.
Cool flower.
Bridge number 427.
Yes.
Of the trip. See. Once again,
taking pictures of us taking pictures.
And that's the Grand from back there, side I should say.
Another one of the big things there. Yet another waterfall. This was a cool one. It was a little ton of water going through that. That one
through the whole valley.
Yeah. Then that's Lake Solitude there. Boy, it's got a huge glacier over there. This one close up that Dave got right here next. Wow. So yeah, this next part we started to climb up this nice angle that they've cut into the wall. Real neat, steep climb to it.
That we thought was ending every corner, and it kept going.
Right about now, we're at the top.
But yeah,
you see right there. Oh yeah, that's neat. They just cut a straight line right along the side of the mountain there. You go up and then you come up a little spot again. Then you come up here to the Paintbrush Divide, which that was interesting. We'll get to that guy in a sec. He was one of the funner parts of the hike,
yes.
right?
The funner. That's a word, man. Funner. Woo! Climbing and climbing.
That's my attempt at a smile.
We had a lot of breaks up that hill.
That's a little frozen lake on the other side. It looked like ice, but you could see from this, you could actually see on that the first one of those that actually there was some water there to it.
Yeah, it's open.
Yeah.
Don't know the name of that lake, but it was pretty cool. We took a detour off the main trail and looked at it.
Yeah, neat little red, all that red stuff again coming into it. That's just kind of a neat look.
Sweaty back.
Yeah. Another view of the Tetons. Some cool stuff right in the middle of the rock. All of a sudden you just get all this green stuff in there. It's really cool. So here's Paintbrush Divide, and it's hard to see from this. We'd gotten one from all kinds of folks before we got into this. We had the first ranger we saw, the second ranger we saw, and then we ran into some guys from Europe where they say they're from Belgium that had a really hard time and kind of came through. And then there was that guy.
Oh yeah, the loner guy we watched go across, and he almost fell.
He almost fell at the first part, and then he climbed this path. It doesn't look that steep as you kind of look at this, because I think I actually have the camera turned sideways to kind of facing how Dave is. So it's actually it was really pretty steep, and it felt.
Well, the one side it was a drop off.
Yeah,
we would have slipped in the snow that was above the shot here.
Yeah, if you could see, if you can see above us there, that's where we came down on above that spot there. We used the ice axe to slide down. Yeah, and then we came down, kind of backed up that little shelf along the very top. You can barely see now. Jumped off of that, slid down that first set of dirt, and then scurried across this piece here. And yeah, again, kind of watching it on video, it doesn't seem too scary. You can kind of tell it was a little spooky. I mean, it was just a really good angle, and that you got a lot of rock that's just going to slide out from under you. Dave here, you can see I was like, I got you on film, and he's like, well, I hope I don't die.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, you're balancing, but it doesn't look like you need to.
Yeah.
Based on the shot. But.
Yeah. And granted, you put a 45-pound pack on your back, and all of a sudden you're trying to go down a hill. It's a lot steeper than it's tougher than it would be just without it too. But this was a fun part. I mean, it's kind of a neat thing to say we made it through. They say actually quite a few folks have died up on that top part. So they told us. In fact, they said you could just maybe slide down that
main
glacier, and I looked at the bottom and I'm like, well, I don't know if I could stop once I got down to that. So that didn't seem like a good idea. And you just kind of creeped along the side here. You're kind of holding on to the side, so you can kind of see now. It was actually pretty steep. And that was about it. So we at least got to use the ice axes that we paid for. So
on day 3, hauling them.
Yeah, so that was good.
Cool little lake down there, blue.
Oh yeah, geez, you got the frozen water above the snow above it. Below it. It's got that neat blue. Cool stuff.
Yeah, wouldn't want to swim in it.
No, it'd probably be pretty cool. So yeah, now we're descending down into Holly Lake here.
Oh, this is our lunch break.
Yeah, we took a break there. And then the other set of guys that were doing the same exact hike, except for they'd started a day early, caught up to us right there while we were eating. We kind of told them how to cross the divide there too, and then they came by later. Now we're down at camp, down there by Holly Lake. Just all kinds of neat, different flora and stuff. The color, it looks kind of neat, but boy, it was really cool in person.
Yeah.
You got a neat set of rays and stuff there. That was that mountain ridge that we kind of thought maybe was why they called it Paintbrush Divide. We're not sure.
Right.
Had some neat, almost looked like carvings along the side of it. Yeah, neat lines cut into it. And we started to play with the cameras. More nighttime stuff. With,
more tent.
Neat night. I like that one. I like how that one turned out. Little poker. They started just peeling me, then later they got better, but this is not good.
Oh, yes, and then the last day out.
Yeah.
Oh, but Holly Lake, we forgot to mention Casey's throwing up. That was awesome.
That wasn't really
It's like
good.
A rain bird sprinkler in counterclockwise action.
Thanks for bringing that up, Dave. Appreciate that.
So we cleaned the sweater off. We didn't think it would dry, but miraculously
By the morning, I had a lot of wind overnight, so that was good. Again, more flowers. We were a bunch of actually pretty neat waterfalls on the way down on this, but I think we'd had our fill of waterfall pictures, so we didn't get a lot of them. But lots of neat flowers. You'll see a picture up here in a minute. You got real dense too, just real green, pretty, really neat area. On the way down to Leigh and that Leigh Lake and then String Lake.
Picture I wish I would have got was Casey falling on his face.
Yeah, that was real funny too.
Coming down and thinking he lost his wallet maybe at that time. And he only lost chapstick.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, no problem.
Again for bringing that up.
And he never lost his wallet, which was good.
Which was good. And this is pretty much the end of it. There's kind of the last picture, the little bridge there, looking over the, across the lakes. the mountains again.
At this point, we've seen
That's
our vehicle.
And so there's our vehicle, and we're good to go.
So yeah, next trip.
Fun. Hope you enjoyed it.